Hi there, welcome to Code Hunters. In this video, we will have a look at UiPath Studio. The UiPath Studio is a tool which helps us to create processes that can run attended or unattended mode. So let's jump into UiPath Studio. Once you click on the icon, this is the UiPath splash screen. Currently, I am using UiPath version 2020 and I am using the beta feed. This is the first screen that you are presented with when you open up the UiPath. So here you can see there are three sections in this. These are the menus, which this is the open. It is self-explanatory. You can open your existing processes from here. This is start, which is currently we are in this start page. This is the team page where you can set up your repository, like you can use Git, you can use SVN also. It supports SVN, Git and others. This is the main settings tools. Here you can have different extensions which can be installed so that it can be used while automating these browsers. And here is the settings. So we will not be going through these settings, but this is general settings which you can use to customize your UiPath Studio. Okay, and this is the general help. So we will go back to the start page. Now here you can see you have shortcut to open. This is open a local project, or you can clone or check out from any repository that you have. It supports Git, TFS or SVN. And these are the recent projects that you have. In here are some templates which you can select to create new processes. So we'll create a new process and we'll give it as a first process. And this is the location where you want to save your project. So I am saving it in the default location. And this is the description. So you can this can be useful when you have multiple processes and you can identify with the descriptions. This is the first project. This is the first process, and it supports two language, VB or C#. The C# is currently an experimental feature using the VB, and we will click on the create button. Once you click on the create button, it will try to create the workspace and download some dependencies from the UiPath, and it will add it to the project. Once the project is created, you will be presented with this screen. Here, this is the toolbar, main toolbar. So first, this is the home where you can close it or the other settings. It is the same page where what we have already discussed. And this is the design tab. Here we have all the icons or commands, you can say, which help us to design a process. And this is the debug where once we create one process and then we can debug it, and these are some tools or options which help us to debug a process effectively. Okay, so we'll go back to the design page, and here you can see you have three tabs. First is project. The project is like a solution explorer in Visual Studio. If you are coming from Visual Studio background, you will be knowing solution explorer. Or this is a folder structure where you can see like everything that is there in your folder where your project is. So you can click on this icon here, file explorer, to open up the explorer where you can see all your settings, all your files in here. Okay, so here you can see our settings file and the main.xml and the project.json, and here you can create new folders, new sequence, and all the things. Okay, and the next is activities. These are activities which we can use to create our processes. So suppose we want to add a message box, we can search for a message box, and here the message box activities comes here. So here we have tons of activities which can be used to create one process. Okay, and the third tab is snippet. These are nothing but the what you have what UiPath has provided us. So these are some snippets and some samples which can be helpful to learn. And this is the main design area. So if you click on this, open main workflow. So here the main design area where we will design our process. So here you can see drop activity here. So suppose we want to show a message box, we can just click and drag and drop it here, and it will come here and it will ask what we want. So we will give hello world, and here if you try to debug it, so this is hello world. So this is a simple process. Now here if you click on this message box, here you can see the properties. So this is the properties window. So every activities has some properties which can be set. So here I have used the text property of this message box, so I can type in here whatever I want. Okay, and it has multiple settings like buttons, what kind of buttons you want, I mean okay cancel or yes no cancel, what kind of buttons you want. So for each of these activities you have different properties according to it. So if I click this assign, you can see it has to and value, two different properties. So this is the property. Okay, and suppose I want to give a sign, and I will just create a variable called test and give it as test. Okay, and now hello world plus test. So if I run it, it will give me hello world test. Okay, so now this, why I did this is because I want to show you the outline. So outline is your structure of the project. So suppose we are developing a process and you have multiple activities throughout your processes, you can directly jump into that exact activity and we can edit or customize it. And here you have three panels. First is variable. Here you can create variables, and second is argument. You can create the arguments, suppose arg test argument, and it can have direction of in and out, and argument type is a string or whatever type you want. So these, we will go through these variables, arguments and imports in a later videos, but for now you can just see if you want to create some variables or arguments, you can come and create these here. Now here is your output panels. Whatever the output or the logs or errors will be shown in these output panels. And here you have error list. So if in your process there is some error, it will be shown here. It has three sections: errors, warnings, and messages or information. And these are the fine differences. When you search for anything, it will have like different places or hyperlinks, you can say, which will be able to navigate to that specific point. And this is the breakpoint, where in the debug mode, if you use the breakpoints, all the breakpoints will be shown here. So this is pretty much it. So this is the overview of the UiPath Studio. So in the later chapter, when we go ahead and create our workflows or processes, we will have more knowledge on this. So this comes to the end of this section. Hope you like it, and thanks for watching.